What else on the album stands out in your mind as having a particularly interesting or meaningful story behind it to you?
You Are is the last cut on the side one of the album. It's a real positive love song written about someone that I love very dearly. And of course I think it would fit anybody that you love. You know, it's just a real positive emotional thing. And it's one of my favorite things because of what it says and because of why I said it. I've recorded a couple of things that are all-time favorites of mine, and that's something I enjoy doing. And I hope to, as time goes on, do more and more things outside. I love to do my own stuff, but I get tired of my own songs too. I enjoy, as a singer, singing something other than my own songs because you're so close to your own stuff. It's a treat to get to sing something somebody else's. That's the only way anybody's going to ever know if you're a stylist as a singer as well as a writer, because if they never hear you do anything but your own songs, they have nothing to compare it to. You sing it a certain way, and that's part of you. But when you can take somebody else's song and do it your own way, then they think, well, now that's really different. That's unusual, or that sounds really different. Then they know that you might have a style as a singer as well as just as a writer.
Very true. And speaking of the new album, I'd like to talk about it. Now, by the time this is being heard, the album will have been out. At the time that this conversation is being recorded, for the sake of our listeners, the album has yet to be released. I have had the privilege of hearing advance tapes of it. Interestingly enough, on the advance tapes, all I had were the titles of the songs, and I don't know the title of the album. So could you, to start that off, even though now, in retrospect, listening to it on the radio, that people listening now know the name of the album, I'm just reminding them that this was recorded prior to its release. So what is the name of the new album?
The album is called New Harvest First Gathering, which means a great deal. It's the first chance I had to express total freedom with my music. It's the first time I've been involved in, having total freedom as, the producing of the thing, even though I had lots of help from all the people in my group, especially a guy by the name of Greg Perry, who co-produced the album, even though I had many, many creative thoughts from, different people in the group. But there's not a song called New Harvest First Gathering. That's just something I felt I wanted to call it for many reasons. But this is an album that I'm real excited about. I truly feel like that it's the best thing I've done to date. Of course, I may be wrong, because it's really easy to overdo something, to overproduce, to get too involved, when you're excited about something. I just hope that it's not overdone or underdone, or at least I hope the variety is enough there to where it's enjoyable. But I'm excited.
The thing that I notice is such a remarkable diversity of styles. Everything from whatever country sounds like, country-sounding music, to interpretations of rhythm and blues songs. I believe you have a Jackie Wilson song, Higher and Higher, with a little fancy fiddling in there and a good beat, and Light of a Clear Blue Morning, which sounds like a good Dolly Parton song. What went into your planning in putting it together? What did you try to accomplish this time around?
Well, I wanted to do an album where I could have, like I say, total freedom of expression. And I'm sure everybody has heard me do all the country things that I could possibly do. But that's not to say that I won't, in the next album, go back and do a lot of the simpler things. I just wanted to kind of be outrageous, I suppose, and, just really get some heavy things. And I just wanted to see what it would be like. So I chose some of the songs, my favorite songs that I've had. A lot of the songs in the album I wrote years ago, and just now done them because I wanted to hold them till I could do them the way that I heard them. But the song Higher and Higher, Jackie Wilson's old hit, has always been one of my very favorite songs. And I thought, well, I don't want to do it with horns because that's the way everybody does it. And I don't want to do it their way because I don't like to use somebody else's arrangement. So I thought, well, I'll put the heavy beat underneath a country suggestion of the banjo and the fiddle, which really turned out really nice, I thought. It's really a fascinating cut off of the album. I think it's kind of...
It's a foot stomper.
Yeah, well, it's really a terrific song. I mean, it's just a perfect song to sing. I mean, there's no way you can not enjoy singing that song. But, and then I did another song that you had told me that before that you really liked, which is a song that I always loved. I think it was the Temptations.
Yes.
That had that out years ago. It was called My Girl. Well, for years I wanted to find a way to record that song, and I thought, well, now I can't sing it My Girl because she'll probably be furious with me. No, but it's so hard to take a song like that that's really just like a man's song, and you think, oh, I wish they'd used another word so I could sing it. And I thought, well, I could sing that if I just said My Love, which is very simple. Change. I didn't change anything in it except I just said My Love instead of My Girl. But I loved that song, and I was so excited about the way that turned out. It's just a real different sound. And then, too, I don't like to use, as I mentioned, other people's ideas. And the guitar lick that made the original song so powerful, the down, da 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 da. I always thought that was super, but I didn't want to use that because I thought that was like somebody's creative idea that I didn't want to steal. So I wanted to, to do a little different arrangement on it. So we used a little lick, but we did it on the piano, but we didn't use the same lick. But it still has its own sound. Its own little
Oh, definitely.
sound.
As a matter of fact, I noticed when I was listening to it, first of all, I saw the title My Love, so I didn't think of My Girl. I didn't think it would be that song. So I went into listening to it thinking it's going to be either an original or a song that I am not familiar with, or maybe
the Beatles song.
I was going to say the Paul McCartney song of the same name, My Love Does
My
It.
Love
Yeah.
Does It Good.
Right. It took me a while to realize that this was, in fact, that Temptation song.
Mm-hmm.
So you really did give it your own interpretation.
Of course, the song There, I suppose I enjoy listening to more than any because I have a love for inspiration.
Yeah, interestingly enough, that song being the last song on the album, it sounds like an emotional summary of where you are at. Even the up-tempo happy songs, and I'm not saying There is not happy, but it isn't up-tempo.
No.
It seems like an emotional summary of where you were at during the entire course of this album at this particular junction in your life. Am I right?
That's really funny that you noticed that because that's exactly what I tried to do. I opened the album, side one, with Light of a Clear Blue Morning to say, this is me, it's new freedom for me. I hope you like me, and I hope you'll accept this kind of an attitude because it was, like it's been a long time since I've known the taste of freedom. And, like now I'm eager for the sky, and it's really like, so that's what I opened with. Then all this stuff in the middle, and then I wanted to end the album with this particular song called There, because a lot of people don't even believe in religion, they don't like to discuss it, but it's been my greatest inspiration because, like I say, being brought up in the country, I'm not a Christian. I don't claim to be anything other than the fact that I do believe and I have all the faith in the world. But I just think that all things good come from God, and I just never would have felt right to record an album for whatever reason without putting a touch of what I really think. If I have any talent at all, that's where it came from. So I just wanted to end the album with a sweeter thought to say thanks in my own mind.